Hi, my name's Tony Sharples and welcome to Old Dog New Tricks. One of the three areas that I'm going to be focusing on is trying to help people who have to deal with digital marketing in meetings at work. And I'm assuming here that you are working in sales, marketing, HR, communications, and areas like that. And you are meeting with groups of people to discuss your marketing and sales activity in general, and you may be working with a digital agency, or you may be doing it internally. But you will be sitting in meetings talking about different elements of digital, and I'm trying to find a way to come up with content that can give you advice and help in terms of being able to swim in the pool in those meetings. Now, as I move forward, I will be doing very practical advice in terms of doing things like setting up Facebook business pages, setting up Instagram, doing campaigns off the back of those, looking at analytics, looking at social listening and things like that. But I thought today what I might do to kick off some initial content is to focus on just very simply explaining some of the terminology. So I'm going to be doing a series of videos where I talk about things like viewability, like social listening, and things like that, and trying to explain them in very short, simple terms in both posts, videos, and also in some podcasts. But I thought I'd start today on just to give you what I would call the get out of jail free card for any meeting. And I came across this a few weeks ago, and I just thought it was such a brilliant thing for people who have to sit in meetings. And it actually doesn't really matter what the topic of the meeting is or what your role in the meeting is. This is something that you can use in any meeting in the world to make yourself sound incredibly smart and incredibly wise and incredibly involved in the topic of discussion. Now get a pen and paper and write down the following words. The really important thing is to find a balance. The really important thing is to find a balance. And this is what I call the get out of jail free card for any business meeting. Now you could be discussing what are the ramifications on our content arising from YouTube's demonetization policy, and you feel the need to contribute, or someone asks you for your input on that. And of course your response is going to be, of course the really important thing is to find a balance in all of this. And everyone will be, yes, that sounds like an awesome idea. Now you could also be discussing, if you work for the local council, what would be the ramifications on our ratepayers if we shift the garbage collection night from Tuesday night to Friday night? And someone asks you for your opinion on that. And of course, you're going to respond, of course, the really important thing here is to find a balance. And everyone will be, yes, of course, that is a major consideration that we need to take into account here, and they'll move on to the next person. This also works when you have absolutely no idea what they're talking about in the meeting. Imagine you're going into a meeting and you look at your phone just before you go in, and the news says that Angelina Jolie and some soccer player have decided to get married, and you are just in the meeting and you're totally zoned out and you're going, oh my God, that's amazing. And the topic comes around to you and all you hear are the words, and what do you think, Susie or Joe or whatever? And of course you can just always respond. Of course, the really important thing is to find a balance in all of this. And everyone will go, yes, of course, okay, great, yes, let's move on to the next topic. Now, you may think this is great advice, or you may think this is pretty average advice, but of course, the important thing in this discussion is that we get a balance out of all of this. Okay, see you next time.